last time we played, there were some issues with the mods, so I'm hoping that this time won't be too much of a problem for us. Hopefully it won't break too much, and if it does, then we can start over with just the new customization mods I installed. But if you weren't here last time, we saved ourselves from crashing and having a horrible death from the Nautiloid. With Lae'zel and Shadowheart, we rescued her. Then we crash landed, and some mysterious force kind of protected us. And then we reunited with Shadowheart and went straight to camp so that we can adjust our appearance a bit more with these new mods. So as soon as we're loaded in, and we can start experimenting with those mods. It's not picking up my controller again. Okay. Now we can continue. Alrighty. So we just need to find the mirror, and then we can adjust our appearance, which I believe is back here. Yeah, here's the mirror. As we gaze into the cosmos. All right, time to see if these new mods can help us achieve Valko's look a bit more. Yeah. It seems like these are broken as well. Okay, that's regrettable. Well, since we weren't too far, let's see what happens if we start a new file with the new mods. Maybe that can help repair some of the stuff. That's my favorite area, is the Underdark. Lots of cool interactions down there. Okay. We had tactician last time. Okay, hopefully this works. Crossing my paws. Be unfortunate if it didn't. Adjust my headphones a bit. There we go. Now it's our turn to be infected. That animation always makes me a little nauseous, not gonna lie. Okay. I think we might have more options with body type 2, but we'll see.
Where to next?
What was that?
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
Be wary. This place is...
It's opened. I wonder what's back there.
More of those wretched things.
Okay. Okay. Let's use PC controls for now. We used to be a tiefling. We were a Zariel tiefling. Duskblade. Quarterstaff, club, dagger, mace, sickle, quarter, spear, flare, morning star, shimmer, sword, longsword. Run a longsword. So we had Outlander, and then we'll edit appearance. Okay. Well, that one's not working. Okay, well, those aren't working. go with this one. All eye colors. Okay. Okay. Oh, I like that. I like sunrise the best. Okay. Let's check out. Yeah, no. No. Maybe if he was in the Outlands a bit longer. Not too close. Okay. I do kind of like that look, but I know that's not quite there yet. Is this where the bangs are? No. Okay. Oh, right. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Closer to his iconic purple, I think. I think that's more like it. And we want... Yes. On the inside. Yeah. Okay. Oh, nope. Not quite. Perfect. Okay. No. Yeah, I think that's too dark. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Okay. Not quite. Okay, what if we adjust the highlights a bit? No. Okay. General. Oh, here we are. Or less. Let's check out these cat ears that we can do. Flaming cat ears. Seems like we have found the Bang territory. Bangs everywhere is this mod, if you're curious. Alrighty. Yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it either. Okay. I mean, that's kind of close, but not quite what we're looking for. Yeah, not that one. I guess we could go with human if we're going to go with the cat ear option. Yeah, not quite. No. I think this one. This one. This one's standing out to me. Now, bangs. We had. Yeah, that's perfect. with that. And then eyes, we want that sunrise. Color. Yeah. Possibly something more that glows or pops. I still think sunrise is the best option though. Yeah, let's stick with sunrise for now. Alrighty. Yeah, that's not what we want. Not exactly. No, definitely not. Definitely hard to tell when all of the hairstyles are just blacked out. Yes, yes, I think this is very close. Okay, let's adjust the hair color a bit. Okay. Then we want no, I think I had it closer here. Maybe not as intense. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Was this one, I think. Okay, great. And then let's see these cat ears. I mean, I wish I could adjust them a bit more. I think that's the best we can do. Possibly. Alrighty. No, doesn't seem like we do. So then it just must be the head that has that. Yeah, definitely the head. Okay, well, I still like this one. And it's not broken, so that's a plus. Now I'm second guessing myself. I mean, this one isn't as intense. And then these are all broken. I'm gonna say, yeah. At least for now, we can make adjustments a bit later if need be. But whoops, looks like I misclicked on the bangs. I need to grab those back. Wait, did I? Or was... No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay, good. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and go with this look. Change his name. And we'll proceed from here. Okay. I really liked those multiple tails, so let's kind of bend into the kitsune a bit. Tails. Goes this one? Yeah. Okay. We want her eyes to be a bit different. Kind of like those red rings around the irises is pretty cool. I think it was up here. No. A bit further down. So is sunrise, oh yeah, gold. Yeah, sunrise is still perfect already. Yes, so this time I downloaded several more mods to adjust the appearance and things like that. And last time we had to go with like a tiefling in order to get his appearance to have those wolf ears and tail. But if I scroll down, I can show you. I installed a new mod where you can have like cat ears instead. So it'd be like that, which is closer. But I'm kind of debating between the human class and going with the tiefling class, and then going for the subrace. We did Zariel last time. So you can still have these ears as a tiefling, but the other mod had horns that you would customize instead, and they're just more sharp. But I personally think that the Valko that we've been designing with the cat ears as human kind of fits more. What do you think, Mysterious? There we go. There's a closer look at him. Yeah, that was the face we got. Another thing I was debating about was this face versus this face. Human, okay. That's what I thought as well. Okay, so since we went with human, I was thinking that we could do the other mod for the tiefling. Right? I do like the long ears, but I love the tails the most, and I'm so glad that the tails can be equipped still, no matter what, so that's nice. I'm trying to go for like a storm or like tempest like kitsune. Or I guess like a dream like one. It is very hard to choose, I agree with that. Okay, I did like this hairstyle. What if we just change like her eyes a bit? Okay. No. Eh. I kind of like these. They're bigger and they kind of stand out. Yeah, let's... That, do we want any makeup? Again, nothing is showing up. So let's just go with no makeup then. Let's adjust her lip tint. No, maybe a bit darker. Alrighty. Let's go with this. Huh. I thought that deadfall wasn't shown until later, but that's quite interesting. Well, I guess technically it would be a mind flare, not a throw. One of the satisfying things about watching this game is the destruction of the city. What would be really cool is if movie sets continue to do the old style of making the sets as well as CGI. Kind of gives it that ethereal, more realistic kind of look that I enjoy. See, that's when I thought that you would see the dead mind flayers, like when everybody's being teleported to the pods. Right? It's so cool every time. I'm hoping, because last time we played as Valko, some of the mods didn't work out, so I was encumbered, and I thought that my computer was just having a hard time with the game. That wasn't the case. It was just that my character was encumbered by all the mod armor and stuff that it was in the inventory. Actually killed me in the first battle because of it. Valko's waking up. So I've only done a TAV playthroughs through all my playthroughs so far, but I wonder what it's like looking through Lae'zel's eyes through this whole sequence. Oof, I'm sorry, Mysterious. Yeah, mods can be dicey, aren't they? What game did you add the mods to that lagged so much? Out of curiosity. Minecraft. I gotcha. Oh, there's our boy Valko. Oh, I haven't heard that second game. Is it Conan Exiles? Might have butchered that, sorry.
My head.
Oh no. I might have forgotten to change our voice. That's all right. I think we can still do that as soon as we get back to camp.
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
Huh. Yep, misclick and yeah. Welcome to the stream where everything goes crazy.
Dead. Good.
Or I mean, we could restart again. What do you think, Mysterious? Alrighty. Once more with feeling. Don't worry. The YouTube is going to be so fun of the archive footage of the stream, both with the old appearance and the technical difficulties, and it's just gonna be a blast. We're gonna laugh at this. All right. Third time's the charm, or so they say. So we went with Tactician both times. And as far as I was concerned, it wasn't too difficult. I was really nervous about it because I thought it was almost not exactly like honor mode, but kind of just a higher version of the casual or balanced. But Tactician isn't too bad. Hey, now this time you get to see the whole cutscene. The visuals of this game is just breathtaking. Even though my system isn't as powerful as I would like, it still just looks amazing, no matter what. my good eye! So Mysterious, how far have you played through Baldur's Gate 3? Because with my tutorials, with my playthroughs, I've only gotten one file to actually Act 3 of Baldur's Gate. The others, I've just restarted Act 1 several times with different builds. Because I am guilty of that. Okay. Pretty sure we went with 2 because the mods have more options for 2. And then I switched to the PC controls because it's easier, at least for modification and stuff like that. Okay. So we want human. We want the Duskblade, which is a modded class. Starting weapon is a longsword. Our background is Outlander, because that's exactly how Valko would be. Now we can edit appearance.
Where to next?
What was that?
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
Hells, something just woke up down here.
I think we went with
It's
voice
opened.
5.
More of those wretched things.
Yeah, I think we did go
There's
with
magic
5.
keeping this chest sealed. I can feel its aura.
Not as far as you'd like, huh? You got to the point of meeting Astarion? Well, I mean, at least you met Astarion. Okay, and then we had some bangs down here. These bangs. Okay. Then skin tone. Yeah, I think it was this one. No scars. Yes, I love Neil Newbon, the voice actor of Astarion. He actually did some playthroughs of Baldur's Gate, like himself with the cast as well. Those are very entertaining to watch. I highly recommend them. Okay. Then we had not exactly that. Yes, okay. And then we had gray. I think, yeah, I think that's it. Okay, and then tail. I keep clicking on the 9 tails on accident. Yes, this one. Yeah, I like this one. It's more put together. Okay. Yeah. Proceed. Now all I need to do is spell his name right. That is true. Paul Amos, sorry, I might butcher that name. And Neil would be phenomenal in the same game. Just the way that they feed off of each other's energy. Legendary. Okay, and then we had... Her hair was a little different. Of course, it's still all these blank squares. Okay. Sorry, it might take me a bit longer. Was it this one? It was something close to that. We went with horns, kitsune ones. I don't think we changed them very much. And then tails, we want this one. No, we want this one. Okay. They have a darker. Let's see what happens if we do a little darker. Okay. No worries, no rush. I appreciate that. I would take so long with my other tabs, making sure that they were perfect, and yet I would still go to the campsite and tweak things later. But a tradition that I love, that I do with my tabs, is that I'll have the previous tab be the guardian of my next tab. However, since this is Valko, I want to stick with like the fox-wolf theme. But my first tab was indeed a drow, so this is kind of like the closest I can get to her without like changing too much. Yeah, like that. Eyes. Let's change them. I love the black irises. I don't know about everyone else, but I love those. Let's see though. I think my drow, Venera, had draconic eyes. Might be those. And those are demonic. Okay. What is your typical class that you go as? Either in Baldur's Gate or D&D? Let me know. With myself, I kind of like to go with sandbox subclasses or subraces because I really like to mix and match. But my ideal character is someone who can cast magic. So any sort of like Gloomstalker, kind of ranger I've played before. I've played different clerics. My favorite was definitely like a kind of dragon tamer tempest. That was really fun. I like the slight red. Let's go with those, because it kind of ties in with Valko's color scheme a bit, and our armor. Right. Let's go back to general.
Remarkable. Truly.
Okay, that's a nice voice.
Follow your instincts.
Oh, there's only two.
Don't be afraid.
Okay, that makes my life easier. Oh, but we haven't tried out these faces. I'm going to experiment real quick. Okay, so these are still busted. The cat faces still work, though. Ooh. I kind of like this one, because it makes her look like she has markings. I kind of like that on her forehead. Yeah, I think I like this one. Do we want any additional bangs? I don't think so. Yeah, the whole reason why I selected this head was because of the forehead. So I think that's cool. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then what if we make it... Oh, no, that's a bit too intense. But we can make it a dark blue, maybe? Yeah, so it's more natural. I love making natural looks. So Mysterious is more of a rogue, though Ranger tends to be your main two. Nice. Terrible with Bard, though. So does that mean other group members are better with bards? Okay, makeup. I already did that. Maybe it is under general. Yeah, no. They're all broken. Okay. Well, we win some, we lose some. Oh, I like that more, how the volume with that. We'll keep that. Okay, skin tone. Well, seems that your partner is better at being a bard. Any fun stories with his, like any, like nat 20s or nat 1s? Off the top of my head, the last nat 20 I got was in a campaign centered on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, kind of like a sandbox game. A friend of mine does fantastic sandbox games that they make themselves kind of inspired me to get back into my old hobby, yeah, let's just say hobby, of creating stories like that. I stopped a long time ago because I thought that people couldn't understand my stories. But I've decided to just do it anyway and see what happens. Oh, I like those darker colors on her skin tone. Yeah, dark purple. Yeah, let's keep with the purple theme. Okay, ready. We have everything we want. So nat 20 stories. The last nat 20 I got was during a fight, a boss fight actually. And what I was able to do was kind of freeze their attack in place and then use that as kind of environmental strategy to my victory, kind of causing an avalanche. That's my favorite thing to do in Dungeons and Dragons, is kind of to use the terrain or the environment to my advantage. If I'm DMing or if I am a player, that's just kind of how I roll. Every time. It's so cool. But seriously though, imagine that you get kidnapped by your worst enemies possible. You are given a fake worse than death by your worst enemies, and you witness the war in the house. That would be some intense campaignings. Whereas Valko is just kind of showing up, being like, yeah, I don't know how I got here, but I'm here. Wake up, Valko.
My head.
All right, now he sounds properly. Now he sounds proper, I should say. No problem, no problem. We got a bloodstone this time.
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
Okay, perfect. We still have our Lysander dice, which represents Valko's protocores being yellow with metal accents.
The casing is fragile. The slightest touch could cause it to crumble.
Then let's move on. See if there's anything in the area.
Not everyone made it out alive. We'd still be stuck inside if we hadn't been attacked.
I'm pull up a chair, but I'll be right back. Alrighty. Adjust the microphone. Alrighty. Sorry, didn't mean to bump my microphone too much. All right. Well, good thing is that the mods are working properly, so I'm not encumbered. So for those of you who are kind of confused, who is Valko? Valko was a character introduced in Love and Deep Space, announced about 6 months ago. There was a small minority of Chinese players who weren't really happy about his appearance and were a bit worried that a new love interest would overshadow their favorites of the game, kind of like their preferred love interests, which, to give them credit does make a little bit of sense, because initially the game started with 3 love interests: Xavier, Zane, and Raphael. And when Silas was introduced, that's kind of when I got more interested in the game and kind of returned to play full-time, was with the introduction of Silas. However, his content I noticed was very lacking versus the other love interests. And then a new love interest was also introduced after Silas, being Caleb, but Silas's content wasn't finished yet. So I do get that kind of frustration because the company who makes the game isn't very clear about like a content roadmap as I would like. So we weren't kind of informed that our characters would receive more of the content that they're still lacking. However, there are a lot of rumors of exactly how this minority came together, how it started. I kind of like to stick to true sources or sources that can be confirmed, just so we don't get into hearsay territory or that sort of area. But what happened next was that they took their concerns to another level, threatening employees of the gaming company behind that game. And that included sending several things in the mail that is honestly abhorrent, and doing horrible stunts that could endanger lives. And with that, the gaming company decided to not only cancel Valko last minute, but to not. They worded it that they wouldn't introduce any more love interests. There was only the 5. And that caused a lot of chaos, both on the Chinese player base and global player base. Because for the longest time, the global players have felt like they were not a priority in the game company's eyes or space, even though they would constantly ask for surveys or feedback. It felt like you had to be a certain payment tier for your opinions to be heard, and even less so if you happen to be a global player. So, because of this, myself and several others have decided to boycott the game because of our disappointment with not only how they handled the situation, but things that kind of led up to the unfortunate cancellation of Valko. Now, Valko himself was kind of the scapegoat, you could say, because the minority players, Chinese minority players, very small portion of the player base, reported the company to the government as well. And so there was some heavy implications, and things needed to be adjusted in the game, and at this point in time they have been. But they kind of pinned it on the new character just because it was easiest to do. It was rumored or alleged that they wanted to go after the face of the game, who is Raphael, one of the main love interests. But Valko's the one who took the hit. And in spite of this, Valko players, or like Valko mains, would be spreading goodwill instead of wallowing in negativity, which I find very inspiring. Several wolf sanctuaries were saved because of several donations that the fandom had done. There were several wolves that were named Valko because of this and in his honor. There were several trees planted, just several charities receiving all sorts of love from the Valko community, and several stars were named after Valko as well. So even if Valko doesn't return to the game, he lives on, and even more so in our world, which is a great feat in my opinion. Even though I am a Silas main, quote unquote, because when I first interacted with the three love interests, I wasn't a fan of Xavier too much. It just kind of wasn't for me. Raphael was a bit much for me, and just my favorite character trope is white hair, red eyes, kind of a charismatic bad boy. So I bet you have no idea who I usually romance in this game. That's right, Karlak. No, it's Astarion. But I love my dragon, but I support the cause. And my heart's hurting a bit because missed our anniversary, me and Silas's anniversary.
In expectation.
So instead,
Please. Before they return. They return.
So instead, I was inspired to combine two of my loves, two games that I love, and just kind of paying things forward. Just kind of a escape for, fans to enjoy and that sort of thing.
Remove us from this body, from this case. Free us.
I think Valko would want to investigate first. Kind of inspect this brain before acting. I don't think he's really a hothead from what we saw.
Notice edema, a swelling of the brain causing pressure where it strains against the shell of the skull.
Let's try a medicine attempt. What could go wrong? Could have 9? No. Of course. What could go wrong? Everything.
The swelling is too great. You cannot lift the brain out of the skull.
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to an intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who abducted you.
Yeah, destroy. Now, the first time I played Baldur's Gate 3, when I interacted with this NPC, I had a shiver down my spine. The first time I was introduced to not Baldur's Gate, but to D&D in general, was through my father, who would DM, and he gave me one of his characters that he made, and it was an elf, named Miranath. And so when I was first playing this, I just was like, I just killed the character I played in my dad's campaigns for so long.
Doesn't do anything.
Definitely felt a sort of guilt, yet excitement at the same time because of a new campaign. Maybe it's because it was like a common name, but he would host D&D Edition 3 was what I was introduced to. So he would do Edition 3, and then in college, I would play 5e. And that's how I was introduced to D&D. That's such a cool introduction, though, for Lazal.
Abomination. This is your end.
Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
My head. What is this? Skvar. You are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
We might. What do you suggest?
First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship.
All right.
We will address the matter of a cure for this infection once we reach the material plane.
We gotta fight against some imps. Yeah, let's just use our normal attacks.
Here we go again.
Nice job, Valko. We can attack twice. Nice.
Swift and lethal.
Okay. Let's take out this one first. Nice. Let's actually move Lazal here.
Taking position.
Yeah. Nice, Valko.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
Our proud hunter.
I will ascend.
Okay.
proved surprisingly adequate in battle. Now, to the helm.
Got gold. Let's continue. Let's heal.
I feel better.
I'm curious if there's
To take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
any voice mods that we could use for Valko. I'll have to look into that. I don't think there's like an official Valko voice mod out, but if we could just maybe see if there's other options for voices.
Gauge machinery. I can make no sense of it.
It's our love. I smell her. It's familiar somehow.
You! Get me out of this damn thing! We have no time for stragglers.
Says Valko, maybe. Let's see if we can determine what kind of magic is being used. I think it's psionic, but let's find out.
Warding runes. You feel them drawing energy from the console into the pod.
Are you satisfied? We need to go.
Try that contraption next to the pod. They did something to it when they sealed me in. Hurry! Please!
The console appears dormant. The console hums to life.
Ooh, we make it. Just barely. Yes.
The pulsing glow and organic lines of the device make it seem more like a beating heart than a machine. Perhaps it will open the nearby pod. Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. The parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Please don't critically fail. Nice, okay. Good job,
Feel the
Valko.
biomechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a Gith with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Dangerous company is what you need in a fight.
Fair point. Looks like there's plenty of fighting ahead. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
I think Valko would ask this first.
I did. It must be because of those parasites they put in us. But that'll have to wait. Are we going to help each other or not? Shadowheart.
Let's go.
One moment.
Come on, time to go.
Finally. Let us make for the help. We've wasted enough time already.
She's right. Lead on.
Alrighty. So, now we have Shadowheart.
There's no time to waste.
Let's prepare spells. And actually, let's do and command. Okay. And then we want to change Okay. I'm trying to hide the circlet. There we go. Perfect. Okay. With all those, yes, to Weebles. We used that. What's over here? A treasure chest. And a necklace.
Faint images appear in your mind. A brain, a Githyanki warrior, and centuries of darkness.
Okay, I've got a key.
How many hosts is Gay infected?
A dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
Oh, I guess there's no way we can help her. Just Shadowheart.
This might unlock those controls next to the pod.
Ah, okay. Well, Shadowheart's with us, so we no longer have to worry about that.
We are nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say.
Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment.
Cane yank.
Hey, don't assault my love like that. So we are going to be romancing Shadowheart, which I have never pursued Shadowheart before. But she is the closest resembling MC.
Connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape. Now.
Do it. We will deal with the Geich after we escape.
Get out of here. Now.
Let's take care of the large enemy.
Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
Okay, so we can't go again. Okay,
Feel my mistress's wrath.
nice. Okay. I think... Yeah, he's out of range.
Time to strike. Let my name be known.
Okay, their turn. Okay.
Heading there.
Okay. Alright, Shadowheart. Let's grab that Everburn blade. that to Valko.
Must be true.
Great job, Valko. Okay.
On my way.
Ignore the devil. We must take the transponder.
Wait, where did he drop the weapon? No. Where did he... Where's the weapon? Where's the Everburn blade?
Might as well.
There we go. We just had to steal it back. Okay. I guess
Victory waits.
can't go any further.
Taste my fury.
Okay. Sure. Can she go to? I guess she can.
If
Okay.
this ship hits the ground, we're dead.
No worries, Valko.
Hurry, before they strike.
Alrighty then.
Victory awaits.
Okay.
Something good here, I hope.
Let these intruders out! This is ours!
We have no part in your war. We're quite literally taken here against our will. Let's try this. Take that. Okay, not bad. Oh, nice. Okay.
Time to strike. Make way.
Oh, they're really going at Lae'zel.
Come, little closer.
Okay.
Best be on my way.
Okay. Can we try any spells? Okay.
Take this. Orion will have your head.
Yeah, let's try. Okay. Okay. Okay, not bad.
Time to strike.
Nice. Nicely, Zell. Great job, Valko. The Cambions are in. Okay.
Seems simple enough.
Forward, Istin, before more dragons come.
Yes, I heard you, Lazel.
The helm's alien transponder. You've made it in time.
Point blank range. Our poor four might be singed. Just adjust that a bit. We made it. We reached the console and saved our companions, short-lived companions. What is to become of the ship? What is to become of our companions? And Valko? As if we didn't have enough to worry about, there's an army coming our way. Plop.
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull. Other than the infection, you're more or less intact. A miracle, given everything you've been through. But it'll all be for nothing if you don't find help soon. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
We need to find a cure for this tadpole in our heads.
Fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere nearby.
Must be a settlement somewhere nearby. Fishermen. Is that... It's our love, who is unconscious. Let's wake her first.
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible? I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing.
Seems we're in the same boat.
We might want to reconsider calling her a friend. Looks like she ran off without us. I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from.
That is true.
First things first. We need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads. We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company. One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that.
Seems like we are in good standing with Shadowheart so far. Our main goal continues. Ravaged is definitely one way to describe this terrain. I wonder where this... No, I think the bridge just broke off. I don't think it wrapped around. All right. Let's have a look at camp, see what we got. Perhaps we can use the colors of Faerûn to dye our armor to make Valko look more like himself. Alrighty. Send that back to camp. Alrighty, we got a sword, or a bigger sword, that kind of looks like what Valko has originally.
time to rest.
Excuse me. All right. That's not exactly the colors I was hoping. I was hoping for all black. Maybe let's try this one. I mean, it's getting closer to all the black that we want. I think either one or two more times. Okay. Do Talos with... yeah. Okay. And then we just need... excuse me, our boots. there and I missed them a few times. That's a bit embarrassing. Okay. Yep, that'll do it. Okay.
I'm ready. Okay. No longer encumbered. I feel stupid since I wasted
Let's
that.
get going.
It's alright. It's only 30 more gold, but still. I wasted 50 gold. Okay. Okay. Now we're ready to head out. Possibly meet some more companions. However, with the lone wolf mode active for duo for our gameplay, we'll only have Shadowheart in our party, but we can take on the other companions' quest lines. As long as we adhere to that requirement for our playthrough. Perhaps if we went around. Perhaps we need to go up a bit further. Got a gold piece. Okay, nothing.
More of those
Those wretched things.
All right. That can hurt.
Better stay back. One strike can be lethal.
Try me.
Try another booming blade. Nope. Yeah.
Moving. Take two.
Nice, Shadow Heart. And then, yeah, let's do it again. Kill it. Nice job. Alrighty.
You fought well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
Perhaps not. Maybe we have to jump up. Alrighty. Well, there's a treasure chest over there. Let's see what's inside. Before the whole place collapses. Abducted noblemen. Well, that's unfortunate. Simple toxin. Okay. Nice bulbs, I guess, for combat. Target's too far.
All right.
I mean, I guess that works too. Just run and then do a little jump. Yeah. Another destroyed dock by the looks of it. I always like clearing all of the obscurity of the map. Yes, yes.
I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
Perhaps.
There. Can you see it?
Just a dumb boar. You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
If this is robbery, you're off to a bad start, elf.
I just need information. I saw you scuttling about on the ship. You're in league with them, aren't you? Those tentacle...
Make an interesting dynamic.
You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light, the fear.
What was that? What's going on? The worm. Of course. That explains things somewhat.
Yeah.
And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
Well, I would have made you eat that knife, so... You would have had a hard time doing that.
Indeed we are. Please, allow me to introduce myself. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me. Is that so? We clearly move in different circles. So, do you know anything about these worms?
Not so much. Lae'zel just mentioned that we carry mind flayer parasites, and Shadowheart also confirmed that. Well, Lae'zel also mentioned that they turned us into mind flayers. Into Gake. Her words.
Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect? Although, it hasn't happened yet. If we can find an expert, someone that can control these things, there might still be time.
I'll offer this one.
I was ready to go this alone. But maybe sticking with the herd isn't a bad idea. Safety in numbers, after all.
Yes, safety in numbers.
I hate to turn down an invitation. All right. Maybe I'll see you there.
Sure.
Good luck.
Thanks. So one of the things about the lone wolf mod, especially if there's only 2 of you in a party, that being your love interest and yourself, is that you get all sorts of combat buffs as well as interactions buffs as well. So as long as we keep just our party, just me and Shadowheart, should be fine. Now, I am not a huge fan of Gale.
A mind flayer.
Should we allow Gale in our camp, or